What is going on, everybody? I am back today to talk about another Studio Ghibli movie. I am flying through these films because I am having an absolute blast watching these. And so now I haven't revisited Spirited Away, but I've seen Spirited Away. I've reviewed Howl's Moving Castle, My Neighbor Totoro, and Ponyo. And today I'm going to be discussing Kiki's Delivery Service, which I know this comes up on a lot of people's favorites in Ghibli's catalog, which I was very excited to watch this movie. I look forward to talking about it today. Kiki's Delivery Service is directed by Hayao Miyazaki. A young witch on her mandatory year of independent life finds fitting into a new community difficult while she supports herself by running an air courier service. So, didn't know what to expect with this movie other than it's Miyazaki, which means beautiful animation and hopefully some really fun characters, and that is exactly what I got. This movie was really entertaining and very similar to My Neighbor Totoro and Ponyo. Very low stakes movie. There's a moment towards the third act that they try to add something in to make the film a little bit more weighty, but mostly it is all a film about interactions between characters, about self-discovery, about understanding and loving who you are as a person. So as the description says, we're introduced to Kiki, who is a young girl who I think she's 13 years old, and she is in a family where her mother is a witch. And as a witch, what you have to do at some point in your young life is you have to go away for a year. And you go away by yourself for a year to a town that doesn't have a witch to try to use your power to help the town and be a pivotal staple in this town. So Kiki decides and tells her parents, hey, I'm ready to go. And her and her young cat, Gigi, go together to find a town. They find this enormous town that they go to live in, and when they get there, Kiki is kind of surprised because the people are not like in the town that she lives in. They're very rude, they're kind of to themselves, they're not really paying attention to her. She thought she'd be able to go up and talk to just about anyone, and by happenstance she runs into this woman who works at a bakery, and the woman is far along in her pregnancy. She works at this bakery with her husband, and Kiki's trying to find a place to live. And amidst doing that, the woman says, hey, I have a place you can live if you could help me out and do these different things. It's up here, it hasn't been used in a long time, but Kiki takes her up on her offer, and she lives above this bakery, and she helps with the bakery while at the same time, because she can fly on a broom, she establishes a courier service where when people need help in the town, she does deliveries for them on her broom. And that is the runtime of the movie, is Kiki doing these deliveries, trying to build up her relationship with people in the town. She meets all of these different groups of characters and all of these different people, while at the same time going through kind of coming into herself, finding out who she is, what her ability being a witch can provide to other people, kind of overcoming depression and a slump at one point. And it's a very simplistic film comparatively even to the other films I've talked about before. There's not like high stakes scenarios until the third act of the film, and most of it is just her meeting these people and what each individual one of these people provides to her life in the end, and like how each one of these interactions is important to her, and she finds people that are really compassionate and caring. She meets this young artist in the woods at one point that kind of helps her on her own discovery as to what inspires her as a witch and what can keep her power strong and alive. And that's what I really love about all these Miyazaki films, and I've talked about it before, but I really love that there's just this very stripped down, simple idea as to what he wants to convey, but there's always a complexity to what he's conveying with these characters. And like I said, this is probably the most simplistic premise you could ever get, of just a young witch going into this town and making deliveries and the things that happen to her amidst these deliveries and the relationship she builds with people. And she meets this elderly woman at one point who's just the most sweet, wonderful person. And when she meets this granddaughter who she's gone through this whole process of making this casserole for her, and the granddaughter is awful and rude and terrible to her after she spends all this time making this thing, and she just can't understand why a person would be so mean to someone so compassionate and loving and caring. And you know, that's just one simple idea of the film and one simple sequence that the movie shows, but I think that that's really what Miyazaki is all about as a filmmaker, is showing those minimal interactions and how just the littlest things in life can impact other people, and the importance of, you know, seeing different people and the experiences that they go through, understanding understanding their experiences. And that's what Kiki's Delivery Service is as a whole. I think of the Miyazaki films I've watched so far, this one would probably be near the bottom. It's not bad. I still really loved it, but I think that like its message is a lot less of a punch than some of the other films that I've watched in his catalog. It's a really fun hangout movie. It has really beautiful animation. I still really enjoyed myself watching the entire film, and I'm looking forward to watching more films in his catalog. I think he is truly one of the most talented animation directors that's ever lived, and I'm excited to know that he's got a film coming out this year, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what it is, because I know there's not going to be any trailers or any promotional material for it, and I'm going to keep on this train of watching as many of these Miyazaki films as I can. So have you seen Kiki's Delivery Service? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Despite the fact that I don't think this is my favorite I've seen so far, I still really appreciated a lot about it. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.